Arsenal 1, Everton 0. Let's get into this and let's break down the game. What a beautiful win at Goodison Park. Let's go. So guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure to like, share and subscribe. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on this game and what your thoughts are on this glorious win at Everton at Goodison Park in Liverpool. Let's get into it, man. So firstly, what I want to do is I want to get the bad news out of the way first. And I want to speak about the Martinelli injury. As he was going towards scoring the goal, he did feel something in his hamstring, which caused him to, firstly, he celebrated the goal, which did turn out to be offside. But he went down with an injury, felt something in his hamstring, and he just couldn't continue. The medical team said, we need to take this guy off, so let's get him off. Looks like he's gonna possibly, from what we're hearing in social media, from what we're hearing from people that report on Arsenal, it looks like he's gonna miss 4 to 5 games. This will include the North London derby, obviously the Champions League game, and possibly could miss the Man City game, which is massive and a huge blow for us. Now, going towards the game, let's quickly have a few words about the game. Now, firstly, I want to call out a few standout players for me. Trossard, standout player for me. Fabio Vieira, standout player for me. Gabriel, a standout player for me. David Raya, although he didn't have much to do, still a standout player for me. I felt like he done a few good things during the game and managed his space well, managed his box well. Eddie Nketiah had a good performance. A lot of people saying he didn't, but I feel like he did. Odegaard, standout performance today. Declan Rice, standout performance today. Declan Rice was playing out of his skin. Out of his skin. Amazing. And you just have to look at it and be like, he is actually worth every single penny we paid for him. Every single penny that we paid for this guy, he is worth. Because Declan Rice is proven that he is a contender for one of the best DMs in the league. Obviously, we know Rodri is the best DM in the league, but he's in contention to be one of the best. Now, when it comes to the game as a whole, listen, let's get down to it. I feel like we dominated most of the game. I felt like our players were just playing, because when we saw Everton, they wanted to have a scrap. They wanted to make it a physical game. They wanted to make us play their style of play. We didn't switch from our style of play, the way we play football. We started to play the ball around them. We didn't try and get into physical battles. Of course, at times we had to, but we didn't go to that first. We didn't sit there and be like, right, we need to get physical with these guys, match them on their physicality. So played our game, was able to play them off the park. Majority of the game, we held possession, we were able to make chances, just wasn't able to put away as many chances as we did. And that's unfortunate, and that's something that we're gonna have to start doing, because when we get in these many chances, we have to put them away. We need to put these chances away. And I feel like that's what kills us sometimes. There was a moment where there was a dip in form towards the middle of the first half. For a span of 5 to 10 minutes, they had the ball, started to attack us a bit. During the end of the game, they definitely started to attack a bit, but we still looked very comfortable. On the ball, still looked comfortable. We weren't really that pressed. And I want to move on to the goal. I want to move on to the goal that we scored, because the first goal that we officially scored was scored by Leandro Trossard. Now, Leandro Trossard came on for Martinelli after Martinelli came off injured. And this is the proof that we, in our attack, have so much squad depth. So much squad depth. Because for us to lose Martinelli, that's massive. But for us to lose Martinelli and bring in someone just as good as him in Leandro Trossard, who was able to fill that position perfectly and was able to even play a more attacking role and was able to get into shooting positions, was able to move the ball around, keep momentum going within that attack. Amazing. I could not ask for more. And he had a spectacular performance. A spectacular performance. The goal that he scored came from a short corner. Now, throughout the game, we were doing a lot of these short corners. A lot of these short corners. And this may be one of our play styles, one of our tactics, Mikel Arteta's tactics that we practiced on the training ground. We practiced these tactics to when we go up against teams that have people in the box that are dominant in the air, i.e. an Everton, i.e. a Brentford. These teams are not going to be able to get the best of us when it comes to corners. They're not going to be able to beat us in the air and then somehow get a counter-attack going. Because while we're doing these short corners, it is helping us out massively because we're able to take our time. We can do a quick attack off of the short corner, or we can do a slow attack, look at who's in the box, try and pass it into the box, even try and cross it in. That happened a few times, and it just gives us a few more options than just crossing it into the box off of a corner. So I'm happy with what we were doing with the corners, and I think it's really creative. I really enjoyed watching and thinking, okay, what could happen off of this corner? They're doing their short corner again. Martin Odegaard's going up to take the pass. So what could they do this time? And it made me excited to see corners a bit more, because it's not the same old, okay, let's cross it in, let's hope someone gets ahead to it. Now, the first goal that was disallowed, I'm going to have a quick word about VAR, because I feel like, for me personally, I don't think it was offside. I think the angle that VAR used, the angles that they use all the time, it seems to be always not in the right place. I don't understand how in these big stadiums, these Premier League massive stadiums, we don't have cameras everywhere. And at these points, I really hoped that they would have taken the World Cup concept in regards to the camera being in the air and looking down on the players. Then it gets more of an accurate measure of whether they are offside or they're not offside. And the angle that they picked to check that goal was so off key. I don't think it was even in line. And for you to draw the line from there, it didn't even look right. The line did not even look right. Now, I don't think it was offside. I think we should have had that goal. And if we did get that goal, that would have changed the momentum of the game. That would have changed the game completely. Because we could have gone from that point and maybe scored 2, 3, 4 goals. And that could have changed the momentum, because when you score so early in the game, you then get the opportunities. The opportunities come. You become a bit more confident on the ball. You pass it around a bit more smoother. You become a bit more of an attacking threat. And for us, I would have hoped that that goal would have stood, but unfortunately, it did not. So, unfortunately, we had to lose that goal there, and it was chalked off due to being offside, as per the VAR officials. Now, one thing I have to speak about is Declan Rice. He was all over the pitch in the first half. In the first half, all over the pitch. He was linking up play, he was passing the ball around, he was making tackles, interceptions, just doing a box-to-box role. Whether it be helping out with the attack or coming back and helping with the defence. At some points where either Gabriel or Saliba would be put up the pitch, he would always be there to take their position at centre-back and make sure that that position is not empty or left open for an opponent to come in, or an opposing player to come in and try get the running back. Now, speaking of centre-backs as well, Gabriel yesterday just looked so comfortable on the ball, so comfortable progressing the ball forward and trying to find a pass, trying to help with the attacking side of it. And that is a massive plus, because with Gabriel, most of the time you get him trying to pass the ball quickly, trying to get it out of his feet. He doesn't want to get caught with the ball because he himself may think that he's not that good on the ball. You know, he is the destroyer of the two defenders. He's not necessarily the ball carrier. He's not the best on the ball, but yesterday he showed us levels. He showed us that he can be on the ball. He can progress the ball. He can pass well. He can have good control of the ball. So hats off to Gabriel. Hats off to Gabriel. Fabio Vieira yesterday was amazing. Fabio Vieira was finding so many different positions, was covering so much ground, was getting in the right positions, taking shots, just trying to create something, being a nuisance to the defense, to the defensive midfielders, to just the overall team, just being a nuisance. Sometimes he was coming off the left side and crossing it in, or sometimes he was going in on that right foot and trying to shoot on the right foot, even though that's his weak foot. He was trying to shoot on it just to see if he could do something. Now, I expect to see him play more games because I feel like this season Fabio Vieira is going to be making moves into the first team, making moves into getting more minutes and putting out better performances for the Arsenal. And I feel like overall he has improved his game as seen this season. He's come in, he's had good performances, he's come off the bench, showing that he can affect games with the assist that he's done. And he showed himself that sometimes he doesn't need to just start the game. He can come off the bench as well and be just as dangerous. So hats off to Fabio Vieira because he had an amazing game also. And Trossard, the goal scorer, I have to give my hats off to Trossard. He also came on when Martinelli was off and showed, like I said before, the depth that we have in our attack. He came on, he was causing trouble, becoming a nuisance to the defence as well. Just getting in different positions, trying to score a goal, trying to make a goal, trying to pass into the box, just cause trouble for that Evertonian defence. And it paid off with the short corner, like we said, where he scored his goal from. So great to see Leandro Trossard come on, get his chance again after he did start that game against Fulham, didn't play necessarily well, but came on this time, scored a goal, helped us get the win. And a final player that I want to speak about is David Raya. Although he didn't do much, or he didn't have much to do because Everton were absolutely awful and offered nothing to the game, David Raya yesterday actually showed us what a confident keeper is on corners. A confident keeper in his feet and doesn't panic. I felt like anytime he got the ball, I wasn't worried at all because he didn't look like he was panicking. He didn't look like there's a chance that he might get the ball taken off of him or that he might do a dodgy pass. And listen, I'm not saying this completely against Ramsdale because I still think Ramsdale was a decent keeper. Yeah, he's decent at making saves, top corner saves and stuff like that. He's very good at it. But sometimes he loses focus. Sometimes he looks a bit nervous when he's on the ball and he's getting pressed. Yesterday, Raya got pressed by Danjuma twice. He got pressed by Beto once and didn't really look that phased. He just passed it or he kicked it out and always found a player. And I feel like us having him there and him being that confident helped us, especially in the corners. He caught almost every single corner, apart from one where he got taken out by Tarkowski. Apart from that one where he got taken out by Tarkowski, he caught every single corner and managed to find a player. And the long balls that he has in his locker, listen, that is going to be massive. That is going to be massive for us because when you have Saka, when you have Martinelli, when you have players making the run-ins behind the defenders, you need a goalkeeper who can provide you with accurate long balls to find the players that are making runs in behind, because that can set off a counter-attack like that. You literally do an accurate long ball to either Saka or Martinelli, and one of them will get onto it, and that's a counter-attack, that's a goal. One-on-one with the keeper. So it's all about finding the right times to kick the ball ball out and finding the right time to just disperse it to one of your defenders that are right next to you. Now, other than that, guys, I just want to say good performance from us. The mentality was there. We were able to win at Goodison, which we haven't been able to do in over 5 years. We haven't been able to win at this ground because for some reason there's just a mental block. Whenever we come to Goodison Park, we seem like we can't do basic things. We always try to battle them on a physical level, and we never win because we aren't going to win, because that's where Everton thrive. When you come to have a scrap with them, they're gonna beat you because they've got powerful midfielders, because they've got powerful defenders. You're never gonna beat them. So I'm glad that we came in today and we managed to stick to our game plan. We managed to stick to what we do best, which is passing the ball around, being able to take our time, find the goals, and we found the back of the net with Leandro Trossard and Martinelli, even though it was called offside, which I still think it shouldn't have been. But other than that, great result for the boys, and I'm glad to see us back at winning ways at Goodison Park. So thank you very much for tuning in with me today, guys. Like I said before, make sure to leave comments down below to let me know what your thoughts were on this game. Also, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe if you forget to do so, and hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I make a video. Thank you very much for tuning in with me today. I love you all. Come on, you Gunners. Bye.